I was born with webbed toes, webbing behind the back of my legs, a cleft palate, a cleft lip, a hole in the roof of my mouth, and depending upon how you define the nipple, I possess either 3 or 4 or 5. That resume begs the question, how did my sperm win that race? My mum says I'm perfect the way I am. That has to be taken with a pinch of salt though, because it is the same woman who when I was 4 said it was no big deal and we were having a bath together and I did a poo. And this sort of idea that I'm perfect got tested recently because about 2 years ago I had an operation to realign my jaw. It's quite a weird process. It began properly when I was about 15 or 16. I was just living the average adolescence when completely out of the blue I received a letter from the NHS which essentially said that due to the deep psychological damage caused by my face, looking as it did, that they were willing to offer me surgery. Now, I'll tell you what's happened there, the NHS, a chronically underfunded organisation that has to deal with an almost infinite number of needs, only a scarce amount of resources, that often has to deny people life-saving drugs, has decided that in their medical opinion, my face was so unimaginably grotesque that I couldn't be living a normal life. And it wasn't even like I looked at them and said, I'm a bit insecure about my appearance. It's really good too. No. They had proactively sought me out. Now, before all this had happened, I'd been quite happy with my appearance. However, having been diagnosed as an ugly fucker by the NHS, I decided to have the surgery. It meant there was a very weird 18-month period where whenever anyone commented on my appearance, I had to work out whether they were an arsehole or a medical professional. And the best example of this I can give is I climbed Kilimanjaro about a month before I had the operation, and a friend. That has never happened before, but you are right to applaud. It is fucking difficult. I was just climbing Kilimanjaro, and a friend genuinely asked me if I was doing it with Make-A-Wish Foundation. I was like, no way. My face isn't terminal. And you might be able to tell the operation affected my speech, and I went to a speech specialist, and the woman told me that in moving my jaw forward, it meant that air now escaped from my nose, so that caused irreparable damage to my voice. And I remember the moment very vividly, it was the moment I realised I'd never be able to speak properly for the rest of my life. She then said something amazing. She said, but you'll never be able to speak properly, but to sort of glimmer of hope, you know. She then said this to me. She honestly said to me, you will never be able to speak properly, but if you squeeze your nostrils together, then that stops the air escaping from your nose, and you can pronunciate normally. Now, I don't mean to be a nay-sayer. But I am not sure that squeezing your nostrils together is really the long-term, viable solution that the NHS clearly imagine it to be. Because I don't know how you, I'd much rather be known as John with the mild speech impediment, rather than John the weird nostril clencher. And all this was happening at school, and I never fit in at my school, because my school was very rough. Now both my parents are therapists, so I'm emotionally literate. Or, as it was commonly referred to at my school, a massive gay. And it was weird having parents as therapists. I'll give you an example of this. When I was 12, my mum was treating non-offending paedophiles. And a non-offending paedophile is someone who's realising attracted to children and reporting themselves to the police to stop themselves offending. And around that time, my mum sat me and my two sisters down and said, you know, sexual attraction isn't a choice. Obviously, if you act on that impulse, it's sort of horrible and wrong, but that initial impulse is sort of a disease that needs help, it needs support. And as a 12-year-old, as a direct result of that conversation, my childhood fear was I was going to grow up to be a paedophile. And this was sort of just a bit weird, but fine, until I was at a house party, about 15 or 16. And this girl was talking about a fear of spiders. And the room went quiet. And I just said, I'm really scared I might be a paedophile. Everybody at the house party thought I was confessing. And I've never been very good with women. You know, it turns out that being clinically unattractive and telling people like this that you might be a paedophile is not a good formula for getting sex. And this was sort of fine until prom happened. So I had to ask a girl out at school, and I plucked up the courage. I asked a girl out, and quite remarkably, almost like a Hollywood movie, she said yes. I'll never forget, I was so excited. I ran home and told my mum, I bought her first suit, bought some flowers, I went to prom, and I gave her the flowers. And it turned out that she'd only accepted as a joke. Put bluntly, there is no confusion over the meaning of the girl you love, laughing in your face, in front of the whole school. I like to think, ultimately, I won though, because she died. You know, ridicule and humiliation, but ultimately, still breathing. I'd like you all to know that you were clapping the death of a woman. And that is, at best, morally dubious. This has been a lot of fun. Thanks a lot, guys. Keep trying to